Okay. Good morning and welcome to the Maryland Department of Labor and Industries webinar Wednesday. My name is Tiffany Jones. I am the coordinator for outreach today. I wanted to introduce you Mr. John Delgado. He is with our MOSH Consultation Unit, and he's going to talk to you today about MOSH Consultation and how it works. I'm going to thank you all for joining us. I'm going to turn the floor over to Mr. Delgado. I also want to tell you that he brings with him more than Mr. Delgado. How long would you say you've been with MOSH Consultation now?
25 years.
25 golden years. That is wonderful. Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us. 25 golden years. So he has a plethora of information and experience that he can share with you if you find that you are a small business person with less than 250 employees and you're interested in the consultation services. We'll share with you a way that you can get in contact with us. Again, the services that MOSH Consultation offers are completely free. So we're going to go ahead and dive into it now. I'm going to turn the floor over to John Delgado. If you have any questions, you can actually just use the raise hand function or place a comment in the chat section and I will go ahead and answer, or if it's something I can't answer, which is very likely at this point, Mr. Delgado will do it. So Mr. Delgado, the floor is yours, sir.
Good morning. My name is John Delgado, as you've just previously heard, and this presentation is MOSH, which is known as Maryland Occupational Safety and Health. Please, there's an important note. Please note all parts of this presentation are for informational purposes only. No parts of this presentation are to be construed as OSHA MOSH required training or legal advice and are not a substitute for the training or advice of legal counsel. Please consult an attorney for advice concerning compliance with laws set out in the Code of Maryland Regulations or the Code of Federal Regulations. All right, who is OSHA? OSHA is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. It was created by Congress under the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970. Its purpose is to protect men and women within the United States. Okay, there was a past need for OSHA, and that came about because of pressure from the public, trade unions, and Congress itself calling for workplace safety legislation. In the past, U.S. fatalities, let's look at 1968, the Vietnam conflict claimed 16,899 lives. Work-related fatalities within the United States during that same period claimed approximately 14,000 lives. All right, the current need for OSHA. There are 3.5 million reported non-fatal workplace injuries. These injuries cost United States businesses $61 billion in workers' compensation costs, and it does not include indirect costs. Present U.S. fatalities during 2003 through 2010, the Iraqi Freedom Campaign cost 4,411 lives. From 2003 to the present, the Enduring Freedom claimed 2,352 lives. In 2020, work-related fatalities numbered 4,764 lives. All right, OSHA has a mission, and that is to assure a safe and healthful work conditions for working men and women by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training, outreach, and education, as well as assistance. All right, OSHA coverage. Basically, all 50 states and all U.S. territories are covered by OSHA. This only covers private sector industries. 29 of the states are state plan states. 22 of those 29 are full state plans that cover public and private employees. 7 of those are partial state plans, and they cover only public sector employees. All right, Maryland Occupational Safety and Health, which is known as MOSH, basically is to assure, to the extent practical, that each working man and woman in Maryland has working conditions that are safe and healthful. All right, the timeline. MOSH was created as a part of the Division of Labor and Industry in 1973. OSHA approved full state plan for Maryland in 1985, and that responsibility covers most OSHA responsibilities for the state of Maryland. All employers in Maryland. An employer is an person engaged in commerce, trade, or business in the state of Maryland and who employs at least one employee. There are private sector employees and public sector employees as well. And that is who is covered by MOSH. Who is not covered by MOSH? Persons who are self-employed, immediate members of farm families that do not employ outside workers, federal employees and their installations, navigable waterways, that's covered by the Longshoremen's Act, and other areas covered by other regulatory agencies. That would include the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the Federal Aviation Administration, and the Federal Railroad Administration. Is there a need for MOSH? Well, in 2020, within the state of Maryland, there were 59 work-related fatalities. 57,000 injuries and illnesses were reported, which comes to about 3 out of every 100 employees were injured on the job within the state of Maryland. So that pretty much dictates the need for MOSH. Okay, the MOSH mission basically is to provide compliance assistance, training, and other support programs to help employers and employees. Under consultation services, we provide on-site surveys, outreach, and education to the employees and employers. It encourages employers and employees to reduce workplace hazards and implement new or improved safety and health programs within their facilities. This is done with cooperative programs and alliances. Basically, we develop and enforce applicable laws and regulations or standards for employee safety. And we also help to maintain a reporting and record-keeping system to monitor job-related injuries and illnesses. Okay, developing a safe and healthy program. Question is, what makes a good safety and health program? And what does a good program do for you as the employer? Well, we'll start with MOSH consultation services. Maryland's voluntary free on-site consultation. It is confidential. You can ask or apply for full or limited safety and/or health surveys. These surveys have no citations or penalties associated with them. They provide training assistance, and it also has a recognition program known as SHARPS, which is Safety and Health Achievement Recognition Program. If you have any questions about SHARPS, you can call 410-527-4472, which is the Consultation Services Office. There's a fax. Yes, we still use those. And then I'll leave this up for a second. The website is listed there. Okay. What is the MOSH consultation program? The primary objective of the consultation program is to help employers recognize and control potential safety and health hazards within the workplace. Consultative surveys usually consist of on-site safety and/or health visits. MOSH comprehensive survey basically comes in multiple parts, but we conduct a comprehensive baseline. And that walkthrough, we encourage the employees to walk through with us and whatever representatives they feel are necessary to be there. I'd also conduct a job hazard analysis. All right, what MOSH consultation offers. The on-site survey examines the work site to identify existing hazards, conditions and operations where changes might occur to create new hazards, and to analyze the work performed and the work site to anticipate and prevent harmful occurrences. The on-site consultation survey visits includes the following 7 steps. When we first enter the facility, we perform an opening conference. After the opening conference, we'll perform a walkthrough of the facility, whether it's the full site or the limited areas in which you specified. We will take a look at all of your written programs, and if you do not have them all, we can provide you with Word editable templates to help you develop those programs. In the event we see something going on, and the industrial hygienist will perform monitoring. Of course, that is free as well. After all this is performed, we will sit down and perform a closing conference. At that point, we will sit down and go through all the hazards, serious or other than serious, that we've observed, and those will be reported to you. Afterwards, within a few days, you would receive a written report for either safety, health, or both if you had both checked off on your request form. And shortly thereafter, we will perform abatement verification to help close your case out. Okay, what are the benefits of an effective safety and health program? Basically, they're reducing injuries and illnesses within your workplace. It tends to improve morale and productivity amongst the employees. It will reduce workers' compensation costs. And it basically shows you the employer is providing good faith efforts to keep your employees safe. All right, a guideline for safe and healthy workplace. Basically, you can conduct regular, hopefully weekly, sometimes daily, site inspections, establish daily work area inspection procedures by the employees, develop and use a checklist to perform these inspections, and usually it provides a reliable hazard reporting systems. The employees should be able to notify management with no fear of reprisal, and the employer should provide timely and appropriate responses to those hazards that are reported to them. All right, what is the ideal workplace safety? That would be where you assign responsibility to managers, supervisors, and the workers. You regularly inspect to control the hazards. You provide training to the employees to recognize and avoid said hazards, and provide systematic policies, procedures, and practices for management, supervisors, and the workers. Remember, if you think safe, work safe, you'll be safe. All right, MOSH outreach and education. That basically helps to reduce occupational injuries and illnesses through free educational services. We provide full and half-day seminars on a number of topics. We will also perform a speaker request. The facility has a library, and we have numerous free pamphlets and brochures on several subjects. And we also have a free video lending library, which consists of DVDs. Again, for more information, call 410-527-2091. They have a separate fax number at 527-4490. And I'll leave this slide up for just a moment so you can copy the website. Okay, MOSH cooperative programs. MOSH recognizes employers that partner with us to protect employees above the minimally required standards and work practices. These employers develop and maintain exemplary safety and health programs. They usually have lower injury and illness rates, and they will work side by side with MOSH to achieve these goals. All right, one of those programs is called SHARP, which is the Safety and Health Achievement Recognition Program. SHARP is a recognition program administered by MOSH for smaller, high-hazard employers who operate exemplary safety and health programs. The requirements for SHARPs are: you must be a fixed work site, so construction companies are not eligible for SHARPs. You must have at least a 1-year operating history. And you have to have a lost workday injury and illness rate and a total recordable case rate at levels that are below the national average for your industry NAICS code. NAICS code is the North American Industrial Classification System, and every industry does have a NAICS code assigned to it. All right, the other program is called VPP, which is Voluntary Protection Program. And this recognizes the outstanding achievements of general industry employers who have developed and fully implemented a successful, comprehensive safety and health management system. It promotes continuous improvement and mentorship amongst participating employers, and it establishes a cooperative relationship between employers, employees, and MOSH compliance. All right, the MOSH Cooperative Benefits Program's benefits are: it improves employer safety and health performance. It promotes employee engagement with the safety and health program that's in place. It leads to improved employee morale, provides motivation to work safely and productively. It reduces injury and illness related costs, provides community and industry recognition, establishes a cooperative relationship between employers, employees, and MOSH, and it can also provide possible exemption from MOSH program inspections. All right, MOSH alliances. The Alliance program enables organizations committed to workplace safety and health to collaborate with MOSH. MOSH and its allies work together to reach out to, educate, and lead the state's employers and their employees in improving and advancing workplace safety and health. These alliances are open to all groups, including trade and professional organizations, businesses, labor organizations, educational institutions, and government agencies. Okay, what are the employer's responsibilities within the state of Maryland? It's basically to provide a safe and healthful workplace free from recognized hazards. You're basically responsible to know and follow MOSH and OSHA standards, provide and maintain required training and medical examinations and those records, and not discriminate against workers who exercise their rights under the MOSH and OSH Act. All right, and employee rights. Basically, employees have a right to a safe and healthful workplace, to be trained to recognize hazards within that workplace, request hazard correction from an employer, receive proper training that can be understood in their language. They should be able to report injuries to an employer and participate in MOSH inspections. All right, under employees' rights, they should be free from retaliation or discrimination for exercising safety and health rights. They have the right to file a complaint. They also have a right to refuse to perform unsafe tasks within the area of employment. And they also, again, have the participation right in MOSH inspections. A complaint. If you, as an employee, in good faith, believe there is a violation of a safety or health standard, any danger that threatens physical harm, or imminent danger exists, you can file a complaint, and you have to be a current employee or an authorized representative. You also have the right to keep your name and information anonymous. All right, employees' responsibilities. Again, you must follow OSHA and MOSH standards, any safety rules your employer has laid out for you. You have the responsibility to report hazardous conditions to a supervisor or the safety committee, and report hazardous conditions to MOSH if employers do not fix them. All right, there are a number of standards out there. Standards are rules that describe the methods employers must use to protect employees from hazards. They are designed to protect workers from a very wide range of hazards, and they require the use of certain safe work practices and equipment. Keep in mind the standards are minimums only. All right, the standards are developed by OSHA or MOSH. They consist of general industry standards, construction standards, and agriculture standards. Not everything is covered underneath the standard, and for those items that are not covered directly, there's what's called the general duty clause. And you must provide a safe and healthful workplace free from recognized hazards for all employees. There are other sources of recognized hazards. These are called consensus standards, and you'll find them under ANSI and FPA and several other institutions. There are industry and trade associations such as ABC or the IEC, and there are also manufacturer trade associations. Okay, standards and MOSH. MOSH is required to adopt federal OSHA regulations under the guise that state plans must be at least as effective as the federal standards. They also have to follow modifications of federal standards. Within the state of Maryland, we've modified the federal standards under excavation, and that's tabulated data requirements. And under steel erection, fall protection requirements were added. We also developed regulations not covered by OSHA as needed for the state. The three that come straight to mind are the workplace indoor smoking, the Tree Care and Removal, and the High Voltage Line Act. All right, we also have a research and statistics setup. We record injuries, illnesses, and fatality statistics too, help focus consultation, outreach, and enforcement efforts, to develop standards to protect employees in high hazard industries, and to measure improvement in occupational safety and health. This information is reported to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Okay, OSHA injury and illness logs. OSHA has 300 logs, and they're required for employers with 11 or more employees during the year. That covers full and part-time employees. For one period during the year, the OSHA 300A must be posted from February 1st until April 30th for the prior year. And that's basically the summary sheet where it lists all the hazards that were noted, the number of workers, work hours, etc. All right. You must also perform incident reporting. You have to call and make sure you talk to a person. For MOSH, the number is 1-888-257-6674. For OSHA, the number is 1-800-321-6742. Within 8 hours, a fatality or catastrophe, which is defined as 3 or more people admitted to the hospital, must be reported. Within 24 hours, you as an employer have to report employees being admitted to the hospital, an amputation or the loss of cartilage or bone, that's the Maryland definition, or the loss or removal of an eye. And that has to be reported within 24 hours of the incident. Okay, we do have some web safety resources, and I'll leave this slide up for a moment so you can get the web addresses. But these are for standards, to file a complaint, for updates, safety bulletins, training resources, and other services provided by us. Okay, for the safety of you and or your employees, remember to take advantage of MOSH consultation, outreach, and cooperative programs. And I'll leave this slide up for a few moments so you can get the phone numbers. All right, you can contact Maryland Occupational Safety and Health Voluntary Services, the general information, consultation, the outreach, training, and education numbers, any of the partnerships, and that includes SHARPS, VPP, and CCP, and also the statistics and research people are available through the phone numbers listed to the right. Okay, you can contact Maryland Occupational Safety and Health Compliance Services. The state of Maryland is divided into 7 regions. All right, for complaints, the first number, 527-4447. The regions are laid out for Easton, and in health or industrial hygienist is Hunt Valley. Then for Hunt Valley in general is Region 3, Hagerstown is Region 4, Hunt Valley again is Region 5. We have Region 6, which covers the Largo area, and Region 7, again, Hunt Valley. All the numbers are listed there. I'll leave the screen up for a few moments just so you can get those numbers. Okay, the Division of Labor and Industry Program Units. We also have employment standards, prevailing and living wage, Maryland Occupational Safety and Health, MOSH. We have a safety inspection unit, which covers amusement rides, boilers and pressure vessel safety inspections, elevator safety, and railroad safety. And we also have worker classification protection units. I'll leave the screen up for a moment so you can get those numbers and websites if you need them. Okay, the Division of Labor and Industry Outreach. If you want information regarding our outreach workshops, free seminars, and speaker requests for employment standards, prevailing wage, or worker classification, please contact Tiffany Jones at 410-767-2182, and that is her website. For Maryland Occupational Safety and Health, or MOSH, outreach and other information, please contact the MOSH Outreach Unit at 410-527-2091, and that is the website listed below. I'll leave this up for a second. Okay, you can serve as a member on a Maryland Department of Labor board, a commission, or the advisory group. A number of our boards and commissions are looking for volunteers to serve as members to help with regulation and governance. These are just a few of the boards that are looking for members. The MOSH Advisory Board, the Amusement Ride Safety Advisory Board, the Board of Master Electricians, Youth Apprentice Advisory Committee, and the Racing Commission. If you're interested, please visit the governor's appointment website, and that's the website there. I'll leave it up for a second so you can copy that. And I'd like to say thank you for attending this webinar. And I will turn this over to you, Tiffany.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Thank you for both of you for joining us today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Mr. Moore, I know you reached out and there's some information that you'd like to have, I'd like to give to you. Ms. Atkins, if there's a way we can help you, let us know. We're happy to do so. Most consultations, as Mr. Delgado said, are absolutely free and complimentary. And if you're ever interested in those services, please let us know. We'll coordinate a site survey. I appreciate that. And so with that, I will thank you for your time and wish you a happy webinar Wednesday. I will also let you know if you're interested in Maryland wage and hour laws, there is a webinar that is scheduled to take place a week from today on the 15th. I'll send you an email out when this recording renders and also send you dates for that. And we have introduced new to MOSH HASCOM communication. So there's a 2-part series offered this month. It's new to our offerings. for hazardous communication. So if you find that you or your colleague or coworker or friend might be interested in that, we'll send you the links to that and hope that you decide to join us. Unless there are any questions, Mr. Delgado and I will just stand by for just a minute. I want to wish you a happy, wonderful Wednesday, and thank you for joining us.